Good morning, students. Yesterday we started the primary market and the secondary market. We have already done with that. Primary market, which is also known as a new issue market, and the secondary market, that is also known as a stock exchange. After that, we discussed the functions of the stock exchange. Now today what we are going to start, we are going to start trading procedure on a stock exchange. See, first of all, understand, before selling the securities through stock exchange, the companies have to get their securities listed in the stock exchange. The name of the company is included in listed securities only when stock exchange authorities are satisfied with the financial soundness and the other aspects of the company. Previously, the buying and the selling of the securities was done in trading floor of the stock exchange. But today it is executed through the computer and it involves the following steps. So now we are going to discuss with the different steps. So the first step is the selection of broker. Selection of broker, that means the buying and selling of the securities can only be done through SEBI. SEBI registered brokers, that means the brokers, those who are registered with the SEBI, with them only we can buy and sell the securities, and these registered brokers are the members of the stock exchange. And the broker can be an individual also, it can be a partnership firm, or it can be a corporate body. So the first step is to select the broker who will buy and sell securities on behalf of the investors. So these are the registered brokers, those who have the authority to buy and sell the securities on the behalf of the investors. So before placing order to these registered brokers, investor has to provide some details or informations to the registered broker. Now what type of the information we have to give to them? First of all, PAN number. Second, we have to give our date of birth and the address, educational qualification, occupation, residential status, that means Indian or NRI. Then bank account details we have to give. Then depository account details we have to give, or name of any other name of any other broker with whom registered. And last one is the client code number in the client registration form. So after taking these information, brokers open a trading account in the name of the investor. So first of all, the investor has to select the broker who is registered under the guidelines of the SEBI. This registered broker will do the investment, or that means he will buy or sell the securities on the behalf of the investor. The investor has to fulfill few requirements or some formalities like account detail and name, qualification, PAN number, everything to the registered broker. Now the second step is opening Demat account with depository. Now first of all, understand what is Demat account. Demat account, or you can say dematerialized account, or beneficial owner, that means BO. It refers to an account in which an Indian citizen must open with the depository participant. Now who is depository? Depository participants, just like banks or the stock brokers, to trade in listed securities in electronic form. I'm repeating, what is Demat or the dematerialized account? It is an account in which an Indian must open with the depository participants to trade in listed securities in electronic form. So this is our second step. Now the securities are held in the electronic form by a depository. Example, I said that banks or the stock brokers. So depository is an institution or an organization which holds the securities like shares, debentures, bonds, mutual funds, etc. And at present in India, there are the two depositories. First is NSDL, that is National Securities Depository Limited, and second one is CDSL, that means Central Depository Services Limited. These are the two depositories in India, and there is no direct contact of between the depository and the investors. There is no direct contact between depository or the investors. Depository interacts with investors through depository participants. So these are the depository participants, those who act as a mediator between the depository or the investor. So depository participant will maintain the securities accounts, balances of the investors, and these depository participants intimate the investors about the status of their holding from time to time. So that means your second step after selection of the broker, you have to open the Demat account with the depository, and the two depositories are there in India, that is NSDL and CDSL, but there is no direct contact between the investor and the depository. Mediator is there, that is the depository participant, that is the banks or the stock brokers, and these depository participants will maintain the securities of the investors, securities account balance of the investors, and time to time they intimate the investors about their holdings. Now after that, your third step is placing the order. Placing the order, that means after opening the Demat account, now the investors can place the order, and the order can be placed to the broker personally or through phone or by the email, etc. And the investor must place the order very clearly, specifying the range of the price at which the securities can be bought or can be sold. Like example, if he gives the instructions to the broker that buy 100 equity shares of Reliance but not more than rupees 500 per share. So that means the investor has to clearly specify the range of the prices that at which the securities can be bought or can be sold. After placing the order, now the fourth step is match the share and best price. That means now the broker will then go online and connect to the main stock exchange and match the share and best price available. Now your fifth step is executing order. Executing order, that means when the shares can be bought or sold at the price mentioned, it will be communicated to the broker terminal and the order will be executed electronically, and the broker will issue a trade confirmation slip to the investors. Now the next step is issue of contract note. That means after the trade, that means you have executed your order electronically and you have got the confirmation slip. That means after the trade has been executed within 24 hours and the broker issues a contract note. And what does it contain? This note contains the details of number of shares bought or sold, the price, the date, time of deal, and the brokerage charges. And this is very important legal document because it helps to settle the disputes claims between the investors and the brokers. And this is a unique order code number is assigned to each transaction by the stock exchange and is printed on the contract note. Everyone will get the different or the unique order code which is given by the stock exchange, which is written on the contract note. Now the seventh step is delivery of share and making payment. That means now the investor has to deliver the shares sold or pay cash for the shares bought, and this should be done immediately after receiving the contract note or before the day when the broker shall make payment or delivery of shares to the exchange, and this is called pay in day. Now the next step is the settlement cycle. That means this is the stage in which the trading of the securities done by the brokers on behalf of the investors, and the mode of the settlement depends upon the nature of the contract. Like equity spot market follows a T plus 2 rolling settlement. Now what does it mean? It means if a trade has been taken place on Monday, that means then it must be settled by Wednesday. So if it is a equity spot market, so that means T plus 2 rolling settlement is there. So it means if the trade has taken place on Monday, it must be settled by Wednesday. And all the trading on stock exchanges takes place from Monday to Friday between 9:55 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and the delivery of the shares has to be made in the dematerialized form. Second step we have already read, demat. And each exchange has its own clearing houses, which assumes all settlement risk. After the settlement cycle, that means on the T plus 2 day, the stock exchange will deliver the share or make payments to the other broker, and that is called payout day. And the broker then has to make payment to investor within 24 hours of the payout day. That means after payout day, the broker has to make the payments to the investor within a 24 hours of the payout day, since he has already received the payment from the exchange. And after that, the broker can make delivery of shares in demat form directly to the investor's demat account, and the investor has to give details of his demat account and instruct his depository participant to take delivery of securities directly in his beneficial owner account.